right, we are officially live. All right. Yes. Hi, Phil.
You botched that one up. Yes.
Well, I mean, no one jumps onto the live right away, anyways. So, um, we'll give everyone 10 seconds. But for those that are jumping on again every week, around 11 o'clock on Thursday, and we'll probably continue this after the conference is done as well. But right now, we're specifically talking about the Great Collaboration Conference that is coming up May 11th. There is a link right at the bottom that you can just click on to see more about it. But every time we're going to talk about a different topic of like really explaining why we're doing this conference, what it's about. And today the topic that I wanted to talk about is why is the insurance industry fragmented? I use a very big word there, fragmented. And during that time, I've been in the industry for 15 years. Phil, you've been in the industry for 17 plus, close to 20 years. We'll just say 20 years. That's how time works. You just round up, and that's how much time it is, right?
So
Exactly. But we've been part of different organizations. We've seen lots of things. We've experienced lots of things in the industry. Just as a overarching question, because we can get into specifics, but why do you think the industry is so fragmented?
it's funny because the idea of the industry now is a bunch of allegiances to certain locations and people. You wave a banner and it's like you have to submit to their will and their bidding. And I think the whole idea of what people don't understand is in this industry, you have IMOs, and believe it or not, your organization is not an IMO. It's an agency or a sub agency or brokerage general agency. The IMOs are very few and far between in the industry. So, like Libra, Ash, Crump, Integrity are some of the bigger ones out there. I actually did a whole presentation that on my YouTube channel, which is at Valor Financial on YouTube. It's got all my old trainings and stuff like that, which are free. But from that standpoint, what was interesting about the fragmentation is that you, Nathan, work for, let's say, Integrity or a GA of Integrity. I, Phil Resch, work for a sub GA of Libra, right? So from that standpoint, uh, depending on the parameters of the general agency, I can only sell or work with people in my organization when that might not be the most advantageous thing for the consumer. Okay. So for you working for your organization might have people that I can help, but your organization says no outside help. And now all of a sudden you might sell something to that consumer that might not be in their best interest. So once again, that square peg in a round hole. I worked with organizations for a long time who were anti whole life. And now that I have the whole kit and caboodle, I used to sell whole life back in the day. There's nothing wrong with whole life. It's just the way that some people sell it is not always the best way. So the fragmentation almost comes to, like, I don't want to get political, but it's almost like Democrats versus Republicans and stuff like that. You wave your banner and all of a sudden that's the only good thing in the industry, when that's not the case. When you have separation like that, the only people that you're hurting are the clients. And I think the problem is that a lot of people want to have you buy their product, so they're going to bash the other product, they're going to bash the other person. And I'll be honest, I mean, I was part of that too a couple times, like when I was an RVP and I was selling AIG only. I'm selling against everybody else because I want to basically feed my family.
Mhm.
um, but half the reason why I left, AIG as an RVP was to go out and provide the opportunity for people to have exactly what they needed, free of bias, free of like all this other stuff. And I have to say, it was the best move I ever made. It was a great opportunity where we here at Valor have grown now over almost 200 agents, licensed agents. We don't have people who are just, coming in because I don't charge fees. But we have almost 200 agents at this point in time that are all under the mission of do good for your community will do well for you. And that's the tie-in again as to why we're doing the great collaboration is we want to separate those walls of bias. I come from a place of abundance and not scarcity, so I want a knowledge share and I want to use this as a knowledge share. And for those who are coming, first off, thank you. Can't wait to see you guys there. Would love to talk with you on the side. I'll be running around, and I'm actually staying in Dallas from the 8th to the 15th. But the whole objective of this is not to pull people in for recruiting. Okay, this is not a recruiting event. This is a knowledge share. That's why everything is sales ideas, opportunities to grow your practice. I'm going to share my presentation on how I got a client to sign a $100 million policy with one of my agents. And the whole objective, once again, is if you have clients who fit in that parameter, how can we partner together? My IMO will pay me, your IMO will pay you, or a BGA or whatever you want to say, right?
Yep.
And then at that point, you have the opportunity to win together. That's the whole part about collaboration. The client gets what they need, and we have the opportunity to help. And in the meantime, we feed our families, referrals, the whole 9 yards. So, um, that's the long-winded answer for the fragmentation concerns in the industry. I think the funny thing is I joke with people. They're like, "Well, man, you give a pretty verbose answer for something so simple." And I joke and I say, I used to get paid by the word when I was an RVP. The more I talked, the more I got paid.
Yes.
So, um, but yeah, that's kind of where the concern of fragmentation is always been painful to me because you have a ton of great people who are doing a ton of great things,
Yep.
but they're like, we're great in our own world and everyone else sucks. It's not that way. This industry is so big. We as an industry are doing a bad job. 330 million people in the United States, and half of them have insurance. That's including group insurance. So we are trying to push things and push people when we just need to get the message out and help more people. And whether it's through media like this, social media, whether it's through face to face, stuff like that, and just taking care of your customer, that's the most important part.
Yeah, I would agree 100%. I mean, my upbringing in insurance, like I first started at Primerica, and like I said, nothing. There is the only what's the phrase when you throw dirt, the only thing you lose is ground.
Uh-huh.
And the idea being is that exactly is that Primerica was a great place to start with. I learned a lot, but that is one of the issues across the board is that I was in a bubble. I didn't know what I didn't know about the industry and about other products and how they fit within clients. And I think that's, like I said, that happens in lots of different organizations, whether it's, a Primerica or you're at a captive agency like a State Farm or a New York Life or things like that. You get taught and trained on one specific product line and one specific concept and idea, and basically are being taught that everything else is bad. And that causes like I said, the person that hurts the most is not the agent. It hurts the client the most, because then you have one person saying to the client, though, that product is bad. You should never buy that. And then you have another agent that comes along and says, "What that person's crazy." Like, of course, it just depends on what fits, and doing a proper analysis, and then making a good recommendation. And that is something that's constantly happening in the industry, and that's what's caused people aren't being taught in their licensing class. Whatever you end up, whatever organization you go into, have a mindset of abundance, that it's better to work together and solve things and figure out things rather than against each other. And I think if we have more of that mentality, that'll help with the fragmentation. But on the other end of that, I'll say there's no easy solve for it, because there is so much to learn and so many different paths and so many ways to help clients within insurance and financial services, that it makes it very difficult to not be fragmented as well, because you need people that are experts in certain areas and things like that. So it's an interesting concept. Like we can spend literally like a whole day just talking about what's happened with the industry, where it's at, where it's going, and all those different aspects. But the last thing I'll say on that note, and then I'll push it back to you on a question, Phil, is this industry is still an honorable industry. It is there to help clients, and at its core, everyone that joins it, I'm going to put it out there, everyone, their desire, even if it's that they joined it to make money or things like that, they still understand that to make money, you have to help the client the best way possible. That is the core of what this industry is about, and that's why people in this industry, they are passionate and they want to help other people. It's just depends on the way they go about doing it. But on that note, so with we'll because we don't want to stay on, of course, too long. We can talk forever about this stuff, but TGC conference, it's coming up. Talk about within what we're doing to kind of combat fragmentation within the conference itself. Like, what kind of is going to happen in that conference, and how is it going to help people get unfragmented?
It's a great
That's word now,
question.
by the way.
Defragmented, unfragmented, we'll take it. But yeah, the whole idea, once again, of the conference, as I mentioned before, it's about sales ideas. So we've got someone coming in to talk about LERPs. If you're not familiar with LERPs, life insurance retirement plans. I actually did a training on that 2 weeks ago, and it is on my YouTube at Valor Financial site if you want to see it. Today, I'm actually doing my training. My normal training is every Thursday at 4 o'clock, and we're going to show how to illustrate that in a multi-carrier environment. Feel free to email me if you want more information on TGC or even my trainings too, as they are free for anybody. But going back to the conference, the whole idea of the conference is we have stories on LERPs. We've got business owners, how you can enhance your value practice by talking to more business owners. 86% of business owners have no retirement plans at all. So how can we work with business owners to get them what they need? And then through that, you get organic referrals and opportunities to grow your network as well. We have ways to do that with 401ks, IRAs, SEPs, and even LERPs, once again, executive bonus plans. And I teach people how to do that, and we don't even need a FINRA license to sell any of these products. So that's how impactful it is. But we'll have a gentleman who will be presenting on how to work with business owners, get them into a program. And it's always like, Nathan, you've got kids, I've got kids. We can tell them till we're blue in the face, hey, turn the light off after you're done in your room. But, silly example, but if I had a friend tell me to turn the light off in my room, I'd be like, I should probably do that. So it's not always the agent telling the client exactly what they need. It's another outside party saying, hey, you need a buy sell agreement. And then they come back to you as the agent to help them get a buy sell agreement set up. So we have partnership with different organizations that aren't even a part of Valor to help you as agents grow your business and increase it by 25 to 50% just by showing up. We got David McKnight, the Power of Zero hero, is going to be closing it out. Like I said before, I'm doing breakouts on sales ideas. So my business partners from the ACA Medicare side are going to be there. If you're interested in growing on that side or opening up a leg or an opportunity there, you could do that. We have alternative real estate investment opportunities to help those with short-term goals that they're looking to achieve that you don't even need a license for. So we have growth trajectory and patterns for that too. That's why Valor, the whole idea is holistic planning. So we want to give agents opportunities to grow their book of business and maybe go back to some clients you didn't know you had an opportunity with and express and grow from that standpoint too. So that's the whole idea of the conference. And, after this is over, we're probably going to take this on the road, looking at different cities. So if those of you who can't make it to Dallas on May 11th, which is a Saturday, the content that you're getting free. All you got to do is pay to get there. And we even have rooms blocked till end of day tomorrow at $229 a night at a very swanky hotel. But if you can't make it there, we're looking to do a road show on this. So I'm thinking like, maybe Orlando or Miami or both, Chicago, Houston, maybe Raleigh, LA. So we're starting to think of things to bring this to people who can't quite make it here, but the opportunity for people who want to see it. We're not doing live stream. It's going to be too long. No one's going to sit around for a full live stream. So the idea is that we're going to bring it out to people, know, grow, share, and build our community, because I'm 42. As long as God has me here, I want to keep promoting and pushing for the opportunity to spread the message on how we can collaborate and grow as an industry to help the end consumer.
Yeah, Orlando too, Matt. We'll do it.
Absolutely.
But yeah, no, I'm excited about that, and that's the biggest thing. Whoever's listening to this, does not matter the organization that you are in, whether you work with us or not, or whether you work with us after the conference or not. It does not matter. This conference is meant and designed for you to learn about other strategies, other concepts and ideas that are being taught in this industry that you can utilize after you leave. So with that said, we don't want to keep anyone longer than this. We will be back on next week with another topic and getting ready. We're getting really close to the conference. So again, everyone that is listening to this, tgcconference.com, go register, go take a look at the information. We would love to see you there. Again, it's free. All you got to do is get yourself there, and we will guarantee you it is packed with information that you can use. So with that said, Phil, it is always a pleasure. Looking forward to seeing you next week. I mean, well, I'll see you before then, of course, but we'll chat soon. Everyone else, thanks for joining the live, and have a great day.